guys, it's Wingy here and welcome to a brand new video. In this video, I'm going to be looking at some TV shows that have been gone off our screens for quite some time now and I want to see them brought back. Now, in what capacity I want to see them back, as in a full-blown series, just keep them on forever, or just a one-off special, that depends on the specific TV show that I'll be talking about. But either way, I just want more from these TV shows. So no messing about, just going to go straight into it now with the first suggestion, which is Futurama. Now, most people will think of a cartoon by Matt Groening and it won't be this one. But for me, it's probably controversial, but I do actually prefer Futurama to The Simpsons. I think that the characters in Futurama are far more interesting and their stories are far more fleshed out compared to that of The Simpsons. That's not me saying that The Simpsons is bad, but I'm just saying I personally prefer Futurama and its characters and its storylines. But I do want to see this show make a return. The only issue that I have is that I do feel like Futurama ended in the perfect way. So whilst I do want more from these characters, I do understand that if there were to be any more episodes, it could potentially ruin or taint the great ending that the show already had. But when you look at how many seasons The Simpsons has had, or even something like Family Guy or South Park, Futurama barely had any, and I just feel that even though it did end in a perfect way, like I just said, there is a lot more stories that you can tell within that world and that universe of Futurama. This one could go either way. We could have another full-blown season, like the final ever season, but that was kind of what season 7 was anyway. But you could also do something like Bender's Big Score, where you just have a one-off special. For me, Futurama is not only my favourite cartoon, but it's one of the most underrated in my opinion, and I just want more from these characters. I think Bender, you could do something more focused on him. We could also pick it up at a different point in time so you can see Fry and Leela with a family of their own. I'm not sure exactly how that would work, given the finale is like a massive time loop type thing, but either way, I just want more from them. Next up, in my humble opinion, is the greatest comedy show ever made. Yeah, I'm talking about Friends. I know a lot of people do want a Friends reunion at some point, and there are some arguments against it, there are some arguments for it as well. Now, obviously the cast have gone on to do various different things to varying different levels of success, but I'm pretty sure they would all do it, if the money was right, of course. Now, I don't want another season of Friends. I don't think we need one. I do think that whilst I do enjoy every single season, it did go on one season too many. However, a one-off special or maybe even a movie I think would be great, so we can catch up with all the different characters and see where they are now. Obviously, after Friends ended, we did see what happened with Joey, but that didn't go to plan, did it? I do feel like the ending to Friends was perfect. It was almost like a fairy tale ending, but I do want to see what they're all getting up to. I want to see Monica and Chandler as parents. I want to see if Ross and Rachel actually managed to stick together all those years. I want to see how Phoebe and Mike are doing. And obviously, I want to see Joey. To me, Friends is a show that no matter how many times I've seen an episode, no matter if I know it word for word, I will still laugh. And whilst I love a varying different amount of different comedy shows, Friends just stands above the rest as the best one to me. If they can get the right script and they can actually get all the cast back, I do think a one-off special would probably be the best thing for it. However, at the same time, you do have that worry that maybe they can't recapture the magic that they had back when they first did the series. So I think the idea of this may actually be better than the execution, but at the same time, I do think everybody who is a fan of Friends just wants this to happen once more. We've been given so many glimpses and teases of a Friends reunion with all these sort of mini Friends reunions. Let's just have a proper one. So for my next suggestion then, I'm going to be looking at Torchwood. Now, I know that Torchwood is actually coming back for its 5th season, but it's on Big Finish. Now, I love Big Finish. I think they've done a lot of great stuff, particularly with Doctor Who. But come on, let's be honest. If we do want a new series of Torchwood, we want it on TV. I know a lot of people didn't necessarily like Miracle Day. I actually quite liked it. Obviously, it's never going to be as good as Children of Earth. Captain Jack is probably one of the best characters introduced in Doctor Who in the last, well, since it was revived, really. I really enjoy seeing Captain Jack on Torchwood because the one we get on Torchwood is nowhere close to the one that we get on Doctor Who. The Doctor Who Captain Jack feels watered down compared to the Torchwood one. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, it's probably the most logical thing to do because at the end of the day, Captain Jack is a lot darker in Torchwood compared to Doctor Who, and he's obviously the leader in Torchwood. In Doctor Who, it's obviously the Doctor. Plus, the audiences for Doctor Who and Torchwood, whilst there is some crossover, there are a lot of differences there as well in terms of age. stage. John Barrowman, spoiler for Arrow Season 5, but John Barrowman has now officially left Arrow. So that means that he's not doing anything. I don't know about the others, but I would love to see the gang back together again or create a new team. And especially when Miracle Day ended on a cliffhanger as well, I want to see that cliffhanger resolved. So whilst with Futurama and Friends, maybe a one-off special is the best way to go. I think with Torchwood, a full-blown 5th series on television, on the BBC, or maybe even BBC 3 as an exclusive or something. That's what I want to see. Big Finish is fine. I'm not taking anything away from the audios because a lot of the time, Big Finish writes stuff like Doctor Who better than the TV show currently does. But I just want it to come back. It's been one of those series that it just sort of ended and there was no sort of real explanation as to why we aren't getting any more Torchwood. At least not what I heard anyway. If you know why there isn't any more on TV, then let me know, but I don't know. But they're just some of my suggestions. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree? Do you want to see some of these TV shows come back? What other TV shows do you want to see return to the screen once again? Whatever it is, let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like on it. If you want to see more stuff like this and other random crap on my channel, then make sure you subscribe, and if you do, I would love you forever. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. And I know a lot of people have been... Now, I know that...